We're going to start 2009 now. And one more. And we're going to start 2009 now. Okay, here we go. Oh, 2009. January 2009. Okay. So Gracie was born August 10th, 2000. Never. January 4th, 2009, I had my daughter baptized. This is her baptismal. Okay. So she was born or dated January 3rd, 2009. Okay. Okay, so Gracie Ann Stapp, child of Jeffrey W. Jansen and Michael A. Stapp, born Quincy, Illinois on 10th August 2007. This is the 4th day of January 2009, according to the Rite of Roman Catholic Church by the Reverend Kurt Hautrick, OFM. Okay, January 3rd, 2009. Subject, Gracie's bathroom. Gracie's baptism. From Marty Wagner, an email. Jeff, I'm so sorry that we missed Gracie's baptism. I had written down the date, but lost the paper in the holiday confusion. I knew it was in January, but put it at this coming weekend, the 11th, on my Brian's calendar. I was already going to the baptism this coming Sunday. Glad to hear you had several people there and really wish I had made it. Congratulations, Martin. Okay, January 25th. Today at 5:26, I went to go pick up my daughter. I brought with me to give her back to her mother. I got to the police station early. When Micah got there, she had with her mother's boyfriend, Kevin, and she brought him there to intimidate me since I brought a police officer to her house last Friday to try and give her a child support payment, cashier's check, which in turn she refused to take. I gave Micah, upon arrival, Gracie's clean clothes that last Tuesday were soiled due to Gracie not feeling well. 1 scarf, 1 pair of socks, and 3 pieces of clothing. Micah opened it up to make sure it was all there. Micah's friend Kevin kept looking at me and smiling and making faces as though he were a child. I took Gracie about 2 minutes later and got on the elevator. I told her to please not bring no family to pick. I took Gracie about 2 minutes later and got on the elevator. I told her to please not bring no family to pick up or drop off Gracie and to quit trying to harass me every time she comes around. The elevator reopened at the same floor, and Mike and Kevin were laughing and talking about Kevin intentionally being there to stir up trouble. That is what they were talking about. They did not know that I was still in the elevator. Once outside, I put Gracie in the car seat. Mike and Kevin came outside yelling something at me. Micah called Kevin Gracie's only grandfather, even though it is her mother's boyfriend, and Kevin just laughed as they walked away and I drove away. I immediately called 911 for harassment. I hate feeling bad and shaky every time I pick up my daughter because I do not know what Mike is going to say or do or accuse me of next. So that is January 27th. All right. February 3rd, 2009. Today I picked up Gracie at the police station. Michaelea was late bringing Gracie. When she did show up, she was walking Gracie through alleyways so that I would not see where she is living now. I had my father and a friend watch what direction she comes from. She will not tell me where she has Gracie living right now. Once I received Gracie, I right away noticed she was dirty and her diaper was not put on correctly, making it uncomfortable for Gracie. I also noticed she had pen marks and dirt all over her body. Gracie's hair had dirt in it and dried up dirt. I do not know what it was exactly. My father and I took Gracie to the mall, and we walked the mall and played on the playground in the kids' court. From there, we got food and ate. We then came home, where I gave Gracie a bath and washed her hair. Gracie's cough was really bad at the mall, and for most of the time I had her. Upon return to the police station at 7:18, I have Gracie till 7:30. 7:30, but I always arrive early, but by at least 10 minutes. Once again, I hate going to the police station. There were some crazy people in there waiting on police officer, and I don't feel safe in there with people like that around my daughter. When Michaelea showed up, I told her about the cough, and her response to me was that there is nothing wrong with Gracie and that she only coughs around me, that I should not have her outside since it is cold. I turned and left. I watched Micah take Gracie down a dark alleyway, and then she was gone. February 17th. Once again, picked up Gracie in from the police station. Once again, Gracie was dirty. Her clothes were dirty and did not fit her. Also, she is still sick. Every weekend and week I pick up Gracie. She is dirty and sick. There is not much I can do. When I get Gracie, I clean her up in the Jeep, put clothes on her that fit, and take her to the mall or home. At home, if it is the weekend, I always wash all of her clothes. I give her around 4 baths a day. This has been the pattern every time I get her. I give her a bath and change her diaper every Tuesday before I take her back to her mother's. Once again, her mother is living with a different strange guy, trying to pull off that she is living somewhere else. She feels I do not have the right or the need to know who Gracie is living with or where she is living. This is the 9th time she has been living with a different guy. 2 of those guys are registered pedophiles. Then, without letting me know, she moved in an apartment across the street from her mother's house. She had guys living with her. Because I found out, she got it to where I have to pick Gracie up at the police station so that I will not find out there are guys sleeping in the same bed as my daughter at night. And yes, it does upset me greatly. Now she has once again moved in and someone else, and once again, I do not know who my daughter is around or who or what is going on around my daughter. Micah's brother Matthew, before he went to jail, always had drugs and alcohol and cigarettes around Gracie. Micah's mother's boyfriend smokes and drinks around Gracie. Micah's mother drinks around Gracie and does Micah, and so does Micah. They see nothing wrong with this. At Micah's mother's house, there has been pot smoked in the same room with Gracie. At Micah's house with Gracie, their drugs have been changed hands and pot cigarettes have been smoked. Micah's sister has babysat Gracie while recovering from a hangover and while intoxicated because Micah wanted to go drink with random guys. Micah's mother let drug dealers and pedophiles around Gracie because she does not see anything wrong with it. I still believe to this day both Micah's mother and her have bipolar and will lie, cheat, and steal for anyone in the family, even if they are not helping that family member. They have no respect or gratitude for the police department, and even though they get in trouble all the time, they constantly call the cops and anyone and everyone. A member of their family is also illegal breeding dogs up the street from Micah's mother's. Gracie is there a lot also. February 24th, 2009. Micah is no longer living with her parents or her old address. She is currently living with someone with Gracie. Michaelea no longer drives or has someone pick her up from the police station. The last 15 times I have picked up Gracie and dropped Gracie off. When I picked up Gracie, when I picked Gracie up today, once again she was dirty and her diaper was not put on right. She had on clothes that did not fit her once again. I gave Gracie a bath, put a new diaper on her. I do this every time I have Gracie in my care. Gracie was eating liking she has not been fed in a while. She also has some marks on her right butt cheek and her back. I could assume it is just a child being a child. Gracie is always comes right to me, does not cry at all when I get her, and is very happy when I have her. I am worried, and I do know that Micah's brother Matthew went under review today. Matthew is 20 years old and has been in trouble with the law for breaking into Kohl's for underage drinking for drugs. I also know that when Dustin Stradoff got in trouble, Matt Stapp was on ecstasy and pot and was buying pot from Dustin Stradoff and ecstasy. Matthew has been working over at the new Micro Hotel and while in jail, working there around the clock. His friend had parties in the hotel so they could visit Matt, and Matt's mom, boyfriend Michael, and Gracie go there every week and stay at the Micro Hotel. I am worried because Matt has in the past used drugs and is a very big drinker. The day before he went to jail, his mom had a beer party for him at their house while Gracie was there. This family saw nothing wrong with it. He was underage and my daughter was in the house while this was all going on. I am worried about the people around Gracie. I am worried about the environment Gracie is living in. Michaelea dates drug dealers and registered pedophiles. Her and her mother see nothing wrong with this. To me, this is a red flag. And when I say her and her mother, I mean the grandmother. I currently still with my father. No one lives with me. Gracie has her own room, her own toys, her own bathroom. Everything is kept clean. She has plenty of food and diapers while with me. We go to the park, we go to the mall, we play outside when it is warm and play inside when it's cold. I have had her baptized. My family loves her with all their hearts. Right now, I have never let Gracie leave my side. I have never had anyone babysit her when she is in my care. I've never let anyone smokers or anyone with a bad influence around Gracie. I'm a very protective and fun father. Her and I go to the YMCA to swim and play. We go out to eat to different restaurants, and I cook for Gracie all the time. We bake cookies together. I read her books every Friday night at 8 p.m. is Daddy Daughter movie night where I sit and watch movies together. Every morning when I have her, she gets a bath and her hair washed, and every night I have her, she gets a bath and her hair washed. When I get her, I immediately have to wash all of her clothes and whatever coat she is wearing because they are always really dirty. I have always washed her shoes several times, but a lot of times her mother sends her with shoes that do not fit. She still has not returned clothes of mine for Gracie. When Gracie is returned to her mother, all of her clothes are clean, her teeth are brushed, her hair combed, and she has been fed every time. Several times when I have taken her back to her mother, she has not wanted to go. She has always wanted to come when I picked her up. I have always picked up Gracie up with my father in the vehicle, and he is always present with me when I pick her up and drop her off. He loves his granddaughter and has the same concerns about her well being as I do. I desperately love more time with my daughter, but I worry every moment that she is not in good hands, and it causes stress on me because the family I'm sending Gracie back to loves to play games and mind games with people. They only care about themselves. I don't know what to do. Sorry, there's doubles on everything. You have to understand, I got her every other weekend and Tuesdays. All right, Tuesday, March 10th, 2009. My father and I pick up Gracie today from the police station. We were 15 minutes early. Michaelea was 5 minutes late when she was walking from the east to west to the alleys once again. When dropping off Gracie, I asked her if she moved. She said it's none of my business. I asked if she had a guy living with her. She said that she can live where she wants and anyone she wants and does not have to let me know anything about it. I told her that I was Gracie's father and guys cannot live with Gracie. She told me that Gracie has a father living with her and that I was just a glorified babysitter. That would soon change. I told her the court does not allow that and she let them try and stop me. She also said that the law only applies to me since I do not have custody of Gracie, and she got on the elevator and left. Upon arrival at home, Gracie's diaper was clean and her appearance appeared clean. However, she had 4 big welts on her butt that appeared to be bothering her. On her chest, she had several claw marks that looked as though they came from a cat. On her back, she had a few marks, but those could have been from playing. Under her arms seemed to be fingerprints from someone grabbing her too tight or shaking her. This has me worried. These marks are not common marks, especially for someone as old as Gracie. Gracie, while with me, played. We had supper. We went to the mall and played at the mall with Grandpa. Grandpa, my father, was with us once again the entire time. I still live at home with my father. I gave Gracie a quick bath and washed her hair and brushed her teeth. We make a game out of it, and she laughs and enjoys it. When it's time to leave, she did not want to go, but put her coat on and went anyway. No crying at all. We arrived back at the police station 10 minutes early. Michaelia once again was walking from east to west through the alleyway. I waited for her to go inside so there would be no incident. I cannot trust anything she does or says. Once inside, Gracie and I got on the elevator and went to the basement office. Once we went to the basement once off the elevator, Gracie did not want to go to her mother. I asked Michaelia once again if she moved. She said nothing. I asked if Gracie was living with another guy in her house. She replied to me, "Was Gracie has a father at home and I am not it." I told her that it was illegal for Gracie to live with other guys other than me. Michaelia told me again that the glorified babysitter has no say in it. Really? What kind of person tells the father of their child that he is not the father but a glorified babysitter? Then goes so far as to tell me that my daughter has a father living with her already and does not need me and does not consider me the father of Gracie. I told her we are going back to court because she cannot have Gracie take. Sorry, let me start again. That daughter has a father living with her already and does not need me and does not consider me the father of Gracie. I told her we are going back to court because she can have Gracie taken away if she is living with another guy. She said she can live with who she wants to where she wants, and her family does not need to see me or Gracie. Her father, or sorry, wants to see where she wants to, and her family does not see me as Gracie's dad because he is in her life now all the time. when, as she put it, I am just a temporary person in Gracie's life that will soon be out of it. I told her we will be going back to court. I got on the elevator and left, got into the Jeep, and went home. My feelings towards all of this is she is setting me up. Michaela's family and her still and Michaela's family and her still drive out in front of my dad's house, not knowing we see them. They still stalk me. They still try and follow everywhere I go. If not Micah and her boyfriend, then her mom's boyfriend. If not her mom's boyfriend, then her sister. If not her sister, then her mom. If not her mom, one of her uncles or some of her friends, or all of them. I still get private numbers all the time on my phone or gas station telephone numbers with someone calling me, threatening me, and hanging up, or trying to cause a fight, or people telling me that they are Gracie's father and I need to get out of town before I die. I am at a loss now. I am at a loss to know what to do, since it just looks like I am crying wolf every time I involve the law, because Micah turns around and says I'm the one doing it. She lies to people about telling me. She blogs about me negative on the computer. I cannot call any of the numbers that call me or I get arrested. I cannot go by the house or I get arrested. I cannot have any contact with my daughter. Then Michaelia tries and controls me by telling me Gracie had to go to the doctor, an emergency room, and she cannot be in the public or at the YMCA or the mall. She does this so I am not seen with Gracie. She tells people I cannot stand Gracie and I am playing a game. She tells them Gracie is not taken care of at all. All lies, of course. She has completely tied my hands behind my back. I love my little girl with my entire heart, and I'm very protective and supportive of Gracie. Whatever I have is Gracie's. I do not know. I do know that Michaelea took the money that was supposed to go towards Gracie and spent it on herself. I have no say in that either. This ends my journal report. I fear for my daughter's life and well being. As long as she is with her mother, she is not in good hands. I fear she is not being taken care of and is neglected by the family she is with now. I feel she gets passed from one person to another. I feel she is around drugs and alcohol. I cannot prove it, but I know she is. I feel I spend more time with her on my weekends I feel that I spend more time with her on my weekends and on my Tuesdays than Michaelea even spends with her. I feel Michaelea is on drugs and cares more about the guy she sleeps with than her own daughter. If ever asked to I would volunteer for a polygraph test and or a drug test at any time. I would also volunteer my home where I live in to be looked at and inspected at any time without notice to prove I live with only my dad. The house is clean, there's plenty of food, Gracie has her own room and plenty of toys. There is no drugs or alcohol in my household. I volunteer my vehicle also. My house has been child proof so that Gracie is safe while she is with me, and if ever she came to me for longer periods of time, it is already ready for her. I want my daughter safe and happy in a clean environment. May 13th, May 13th, 2009. As I went to pick up Gracie today from the police station, Micah and her family refused to bring Gracie to the police station. They, meaning Micah's mother, called the police station, refused to let me see or be around Gracie, even though this is my weekend to have Gracie. Finally, at 7 o'clock in the evening, instead of 6, the police found Micah's phone number and told her she had to bring Gracie. They said they would be there in 15 minutes. However, 20 minutes later, they arrived. Upon arrival, it was Micah's mother that brought Gracie to the police station, not Micah. They sat at Micah's mother's boyfriend's work a block up and watched as I came and went to bring paperwork showing it was my weekend to have Gracie. They sat outside and watched as I would come to and from the police station. This is a game they play since his work is only a block away from the police station. Station B&H Upholstery. Gracie arrived in dirty clothes and not clean. Her diaper was a clean diaper, but her parents was dirty like she had not had bath in several days. Once in my care, I waited a long while for Micah's mother to leave. As I left, the entire family was sitting at the mother's boyfriend's work, pointing and laughing as I left. I was with and always with my father, as I do not trust anyone in their entire family. Once home, I immediately gave Gracie a bath and noticed once again patterns and bite marks all over Gracie's body, almost like bedbug bites or small mosquito bites. These are on her body every time I get her. I pointed them out to my father every time. Once the bath was complete, Gracie, my father, and I all went to the mall. We walked and played in the kids' court in the mall for a very long time. We also played with other children. Once finished at the mall, we went to Burger King and got fish sandwiches since it is Lent, and we came home to eat them. Once home, and we ate. I got Gracie ready for bed and went to bed around 10 o'clock. March 14th, 2009. One of my neighbors told me in the morning that a brown van was sitting in a subdivision that sits right across from my house, and it were four people. They said they were just watching over at my house. The van was sitting there on Friday night around 11 p.m. Today was a fun-filled day playing outside and at the park. Walks, riding, and wagons. 3 baths plus showers means I have a bathtub with a shower, so we played in the bathtub with all the toys and got really clean. Then we turned the shower on to get all the soap off. Then we had daddy-daughter date night, which consists of going out to eat, then coming home and watching movies, then giving grandpa a hug and kiss, then off to bed. My father is with us the entire time. Not because he has to, but because I asked him to come with us the entire time. Not because he had to, because I asked him to come with us. Usually at the park and during Saturdays, he is not with us the entire day. But during supper time and lunchtime and bedtime, he is there to play and see his granddaughter. March 15th, Sunday, March 15th, 2009. We got up, March 15th, 2009. We got up, got a bath, went to church, played outside, even more, took lots of pictures, took a nap, got outside, played outside, even more, got a bath, then went back to the police station. At the police station once again, I was 15 minutes early like I always am, and they showed up right after me. They sit in at Kevin Root's place of business and watch and wait for me to show up. They have a direct view of the police station right from his business. This time there were several people outside that my father and I could see. Looked like Micah's new boyfriend, Micah and Kevin. Teresa came in, that is Micah's mom, came in, picked up Gracie. Like always, downstairs to the police station. I stand right next to the glass as they pick Gracie because I want to make sure the cops know that I say nothing when they come and get Gracie. As I tried to leave, Teresa tried to stand directly between the elevator and myself so that I would have to say something. However, I did not. I went out of my way to go around her, which she did not like. As we were leaving, we could see Mike and the rest of the people at B&H Upholstery pointing. It is almost like this is the big joke for the family gone. They did not put Gracie first and care only about the future impact they have Gracie. My only worry is Gracie and what she exposes right around. Alright, I gotta stop this.